Listen,
Never in my life associated the word boring with baseball.
We know what's up.
Me? Yeah. Famous? Yeah.
And I'm like giddy over there smiling like, we're about to win this shit.
Did everyone give you crap? Give me a good host story.
I'm not picking it up.
We both love the game.
we talk about it every day.
Get on baseball.
Having some popcorn, you're fooling around your phone.
I'd have to wait in line for 3 hours.
Hang on, because it's about to be a wild ride.
Guess what? There's no human being after a win that I'd rather talk to than Lucas Giolito. Podcasts are always a little sweeter after wins, aren't they?
Yeah.
Things that you did not know 5 years ago.
What did I not know 5 years ago?
They're how sweet it would be to do a podcast. The rewards of winning a game and pitching well is that there's so many of them, but sitting down and feeling that you are doing a podcast with this accomplishment under your belt, it hits different, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, first off, so what I want to do, I didn't even talk to you what I want to do, but that's what I want to do. I think it gets a good exercise to take people behind, to educate, inform, and offer insight what it's like when you have a bad start and you have a good start, what that process is like. Is that okay? Is that good?
Sure.
All right. Also, what documentaries are you watching right now?
The Vietnam one on Netflix.
Oh, I saw it. Yeah.
I watched the first episode of that.
I went and saw a movie the other day, the Wes Anderson movie, Phoenician.
Oh, I want to see that. I gotta go.
I walked out. Have you ever walked out of a movie?
Grown-Ups 2.
What?
Grown-Ups 2, horrible.
That's you walked out because it was. I mean, it wasn't like a cinematic classic, but it wasn't
entertaining. It wasn't entertaining. It wasn't funny.
Really?
It was stupid.
Do you know Grown-Ups was filmed where I grew up, in the street?
That's cool.
Yeah, thank you. But Grown-Ups 2 didn't. No, Shaq rolling the no.
No.
All right. So I like Wes Anderson's movie. Life Aquatic is. You ever see Life Aquatic?
Yep.
Yeah.
I've seen most of the Wes Anderson movies.
Power rank your Wes Anderson movie.
Oh, jeez, dude. Grand Budapest Hotel's one. I can't think of any more. That's my favorite one.
Life Aquatic.
Fantastic Mr. Fox is great. Zissou, whatever. Steve Zissou.
Yeah, Steve Zissou, yeah.
What's the other one is?
The Boy Scout one.
I can't forget.
Moonlight, what is it? Moonlight something?
Moonlight Kingdom or
Moonlight Kingdom, great pull.
That's wrong. It's not Moonlight Kingdom.
Absolutely is Moonlight Kingdom.
Moonlight Kingdom. And then there's shit. I don't remember.
All right. So anyway, I saw this movie. I tried to power through it. Here's my take. I just felt like it was trying too hard to be Wes Anderson.
Well, he is Wes Anderson. I haven't seen it yet. I've watched 10 seconds of a trailer, so we can't really discuss it until after I watch it.
It's a good trailer. Well, please see it.
Yeah.
We'll do a review. Do you know Wes Anderson? Was Wes Anderson in the suite at Dodger Stadium for Game 1?
I don't think so.
Has your mother ever acted in a Wes Anderson movie?
No.
I do watch those films, though, and I'm thinking how weird it would be to act in those,
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think the set design is pretty interesting, and the color palette and all that.
Okay.
I don't know how. What do you think would make it weird for the actors?
Because everything, how you have to deliver your lines, is so stunted and not how you would deliver your lines in any. Benicio del Toro has not ever delivered his lines like this.
It makes me excited to watch.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. I'm hyping it up. I look forward to you seeing it, so can you tell me why I'm so full of shit for walking out of it?
Okay.
Maybe it was tired. Sometimes you go to a later one, it's tired.
It might have not been for you,
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I know what it was for me watching Lucas Giolito.
Good segue. Nice segue.
So okay, take me through. You have the start, the previous start. It's not good. It doesn't go well. You're mad. You don't feel good. You're trying to process it. You're trying not to overreact. Take me through. We'll start with that feeling. What that feeling is like. How quickly how hard it is to turn the page from that.
It's a tough one for me. Everyone's different. I envy the guys that can just like flush it immediately, and like my personality is different for like 24 hours. I wish I was better about that, but it like completely changes how I am for like a 24-hour period.
Really?
Yeah.
And so
I'm very angry, very disappointed in myself, and then you move on.
Okay, so you wake up the next day.
It's the worst.
Yeah, so
You don't want to wake up.
You don't want to get out of bed.
Well, no, I mean,
You don't want to wake up. Forget about getting out of bed. You don't want to wake
just
up.
like don't want to wake up. Yeah, it's tough. I'm the type of guy I put a lot of pressure on myself. So, when I don't live up to my own expectation of what I think I can do when I take the ball, performance-wise, then I get very upset with myself. And it's something I can definitely get better at.
You're mad, but when does it become like, what the fuck just happened? Like, when does that enter in? Like, when do you start saying, hey, listen, like, what happened here?
That's more like right away.
Yeah.
What the hell, that's like walking into the dugout in the second inning after giving up 7 runs. That's like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
And then, from there, it's like I said, my personality it changes. I become much more angry person. But at the same time, I immediately start analyzing and trying to figure out, okay, what do we do to make this right? And after the last one in particular, I think a combination of myself, Bales, it was like, what can we do to make this better?
Did you have an instinct of what went wrong and how you can make it right away?
It was a culmination of my entire season up to this point. I think my mechanics were not in a good place. I'm right when I came back to the big leagues, like my mechanics were not in a good place, and I was trying to fight through it. I had some good games mixed in there, just because I was able to get synced up despite what I was doing. But there was a lot of poor performances that we really need to clean that up. So we got to work. We analyzed the mechanics and made some good adjustments.
How do you analyze the mechanics? Again, because I'm stupid. Like people want to know, like, how do you do that?
Well, and now that we live in the future, we have access to a lot of cool technology for that. So what we did was we pulled up the biomechanics report, where they basically have your delivery, but your skeleton.
It's a stick figure thing.
And that's skeleton.
Skeleton.
They have all the bones and everything.
Okay.
So you're looking at your skeleton, and we were comparing that against skeletons from where they basically take an average of some of your best outings and your best pitches from years past. And we saw some very clear differences in the way I was delivering the baseball currently versus in the past. So we then created a game plan of drills and focus, things to be focused on while playing catch, while throwing the baseball, and just started implementing that. And then we were able to clean up a lot.
How was your skeleton different?
It was much more flat. Shoulders, hips, flat going down the mound rather than creating angle and tilt.
Okay. So that, in a nutshell, that was the thing that you said you saw that in your skeleton.
Yeah, I mean, it led to a lower arm slot, which is, for the type of pitcher I am, that's less life. A fastball, everything, not just fastball, that's easier for a hitter to see and track. So we went ahead and started working on those adjustments immediately. Like the day after, I think we had an off day, but then the day after that, started to get to work.
So when you throw your bullpen at Yankee Stadium, it's basically you're like, okay, you have that in the back of your head, your skeleton in the back of your head, like all that stuff in the back of your head. But still, does it feel weird to do it differently? You know what I'm saying?
A little bit, but it was also kind of cathartic and a relief because when I started throwing the baseball with the right mechanics, quote unquote, it felt really good, and the data supported that. So it was like perfect. We're on to something here. We're going to stick with this, carry it into the next outing, and go on from there.
How the version of your skeleton that you had, I'm going to keep saying skeleton because I like saying it, but the version of your skeleton that you had in that bullpen session where you had fixed things, was that what your skeleton had been when you had the good starts before? Or were the good starts before were just sort of a happenstance?
They were happenstance. Yeah, that's why it was important after another bad one, because I don't know if my season this year has been like some really good starts and some horrendously bad ones. Yeah. And we got to get rid of the horrendously bad. Like that doesn't play here. So that was the thing. It was like, we have to find a way where my body is comfortable. I'm able to make adjustments in game. And if I'm getting into the correct positions, it's going to be a lot easier to make those adjustments in game. And so that's what we accomplished. But the work never ends. You know, it's a good step forward. It was a good step forward, but we got to stay on that path.
When did you want to wake up?
When did I want to wake up?
Yeah, you said you didn't want to wake up the day after. When did it become like, okay, you're springing out of bed?
The next day, because we had a game plan and things to work on.
So were you like, you probably just answered this question, but were you worried? Like, you worried like, hey, anytime you don't do well, like, I think I can figure it out, but this was so weird that it didn't work. Were you worried at all 48 hours later? Or were you even worried after you did all this stuff when you go to the mound for the first time and you throw the first pitch against the Tampa Bay Rays that, hey, I think everything's right, but I don't know?
Yeah, I wasn't worried anymore because we had made the adjustment, and I knew that as long as I stuck to it and didn't allow myself to fall into bad habits, and I just kept delivering good quality pitches the way that I know how to, it's all gonna be fine.
So the version of you waking up in the morning on the day of your start, Tuesday morning, you were like, let's go. Like it is completely different, like completely different human being.
Yeah, I felt a lot more excited for the game and more confident. Just because I knew I was going to be able to have my body and my mechanics in the right spot, to where now I feel confident in executing pitches and challenging these hitters.
You love the game of baseball once more.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, the ultimate love-hate relationship.
Well, I don't know if you saw my tattoo, but I mean, happy, sad, right?
Yep,
there
exactly.
You're more than welcome to get one yourself. And then when you're rolling in the game, you get in the game, you feel confident the whole time. What a feeling that must be compared to, I mean, like, we talk about happy, sad, but you don't know what's going to happen. You know, a guy might run into one and hit a three-run homer, but still, having sort of the ability to do it, the bullets in the gun, you know, must be completely different feeling.
Yeah, I'd say even if yesterday didn't go so well performance-wise, I mean, it did go well performance-wise, but even if I'd given up a three-run homer, it would have been a much better feeling coming out of it, knowing that we're headed in the correct direction. Okay. And that I know what I need to do to be successful, so we just got to keep hammering that work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad they have skeletons to fix things.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't have this before, right?
I don't know when
how did you fix this?
It was stick figures first. And now we got the full-on skeletons.
When did the skeletons come into play?
I don't know. Sometime in the last few years.
Okay, I don't know. All right, well, anyway, I'm happy that you're happy. We're happy for you. And now you don't go to movie. You won't go to the movie theater.
Maybe tomorrow. Off day.
You'll go to the movie? We go see that?
Yeah.
I'll pay for your popcorn.
Please don't pay for anything. No, we're good.
I mean, You think that Siskel and Ebert ever had to pay for their movies? No. No. So if you're gonna review,
I want to go in and enjoy it. I want to go in there with a notepad, like I just want to have fun.
All right. Well, it's always fun. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.